Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Remedi. Welcome to the Remediation, where we do energy readings and give advice and talk about various subjects and topics. So if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are interested in an energy reading, I will have my contact information down below in the description box, which includes my email if you prefer an energy reading over email, text message, or you can even go through my website and you can fill out the form. Your first energy reading will be free. That's something that I'm doing to help build my clientele and help build my business and my brand. So if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're gonna go ahead and get right into this video. So like usual, I have these two decks that I use for this situation currently. It's the Psychic Tarot deck and the Modern Nirvana Oracle deck. And we are going to go ahead and we are going to get into this strawberry letter. So let's get into it. So I am going to blur out some words, even though my channel is only for adults. I just don't want to ruin my chances of getting monetized and stuff like that. So yes. Okay, so here we go. I found out my husband has been exchanging pictures and videos with my brother-in-law. He told me they have exchanged pictures and videos of me and my sister at various points in the last 5 years without us knowing. Most recently, a couple weeks ago, he even said my brother-in-law took his phone when he was at our house and went and did his due to her pictures. I'm so upset right now. I don't even know what to do. Do I tell my sister? She has 3 kids and we have 2. Telling her could potentially ruin so many lives and relationships, but I feel like she needs to know. And then I don't even know what to do about my own husband. I'm all for fighting for a marriage, but this just feels like a complete slap in the face and so disrespectful. I just feel so gross and I don't know what the F to do. First of all, this is probably extremely diabolical and extremely disrespectful. First and foremost, I don't know what would possess anyone to do something like that. But then again, I feel like there were signs. I feel like a lot of people like to gaslight themselves into thinking that there were never signs oh, this is not the person I married. And I feel like to some extent that is a thing where people will wear masks for an extended period of time, and then after you guys get married and settle down and have kids and people change and stuff like that. But I feel like in this particular situation there should have been some sorts of something. I'm not sure what the vetting process was like between you and your husband, but I feel like honestly, I feel like there should have been signs of this sort of behavior. And this is why I always say, as far as ladies go, it's important for our intuition to be sharp. It's important to have discernment, and it's important to listen to our intuition and listen and question things when things feel off instead of just brushing it off. But anyway, we're gonna hop right into this reading. First and foremost, I would definitely like to understand what the relationship is like between her husband and the brother-in-law, because that's extremely weird. All right, so what is the relationship between the brothers? Ooh. Heart chakra? I'm not liking this at all. This is gross. In this situation, the heart chakra is not it. Truth, spiritual union, emotional loss. We have destiny. We have victory and success. We have universe. And we have the waiting game. Okay, there's a lot going on in this situation, obviously. But what I'm getting for these cards is so the husband definitely knows what's going on. This isn't like a shocker. Let me just really quick skim over it one more time. Okay, so the husband knows what's going on because it says that they've exchanged pictures and videos of her and her sister at various points in the last 5 years. I'm not sure why he would volunteer that information. Yeah, I'm not sure why he would volunteer that information to you, knowing that you would probably get upset. But I'm thinking that these brothers have a weird like type of relationship with each other. Maybe his brother like, okay, now I'm seeing what's happening here. Okay. So, I'm not sure if I don't think you mentioned if your sister was married to the brother-in-law or how that works. I'm not sure why your husband would even have pictures of your sister unless she got it from your phone, which I'm not sure why those types of pictures and videos would be on your phone. So I feel like there's just a lot of weird stuff going on here. But I do want to point out that the brother-in-law definitely had feelings for this woman in question. The brother-in-law definitely had feelings for you, for sure. Because as you can see, that's why the heart chakra came out with truth, because the truth is he wanted that spiritual union with you, but he didn't get it. Your husband, your now husband, got it. And so now he's feeling emotional loss, and it's been 5 years and he still hasn't gotten over it. So I don't know what the brother-in-law is doing for your husband in return to receive these pictures. I don't know why they're exchanging pictures to begin with, but they don't see a problem with it. They do not see a problem with it. I think they're kind of hoping that you would come around. Maybe they are hoping that you guys would come around and become swingers. So I think that's what it is. That's why the waiting game is here. Maybe they're hoping for some sort of like swinger situation, and that was kind of like a way to kind of break the ice. But yeah, I'm not sure, because it's like, ew. You know what I mean? You didn't really give any consent to any of this. I think it goes both ways too. I think the brother-in-law actually likes you, and then your husband actually likes the sister as well. And they kind of, I guess maybe they couldn't, they were open enough to discuss that with each other, and so they just decided to exchange pictures. But either way, I don't find this to be okay. It wasn't, you didn't consent to any of this. But unless, you're open to a swinger situation, I would definitely address this. I'm not exactly sure how, because 5 years is a long time, but I would definitely address this and put some boundaries. If, like you said, you mentioned you didn't want to break up the family, but I definitely believe that you need to speak up, say something about this, and instill some boundaries in this situation if you don't want it to be like a swinger situation, because I feel like they're looking to be swingers and they're trying to kind of persuade you to be open about that, starting with people that you are familiar with to kind of break the ice. But if that's not the direction you see your marriage going, then I would definitely either put up some boundaries. If you want to put, save face for the kids, which I don't recommend, but if you want to save your marriage, you can do that. But all in all, I would just recommend that you, make your arrangements. You know what I mean? I would just make your arrangements and just go ahead and file, because like there's just absolutely no way, especially if like you went into this marriage not consenting to any of that, or not like seeing that, or not seeing that for your marriage at all, and whatsoever. I feel like 5 years is very fresh into a marriage to be doing stuff like swinger type stuff. That's just me. But yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna pull a couple more cards just to kind of see if there's any other information, because this is a lot. Okay, we have authority. We have patience. Yeah. And we have base chakra. Yeah. Okay, so a couple of things. Yeah, it's definitely the swinger situation. They're kind of hoping that they're kind of like trying to manifest that type of situation between you two. But then also you feel like you don't really want to leave because you don't have the resources to leave, and he might be the breadwinner. So you're kind of like between a rock and a hard place, which I understand. But I don't know. I feel like that's what's going on. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this Modern Nirvana Oracle so we can pull out some advice, because that's a lot. That is a lot. You didn't sign up for that, and that's not fair to you. Okay, we have ecstasy. Ooh. I haven't pulled this card in a while. I don't know if this is saying that you should just go ahead and file, and then maybe you'll find happiness at the end of the rainbow type of thing, through the struggle, through, all of that. Or if it's basically saying that you should essentially switch husbands. But I believe, regardless, you should definitely talk it out. See how you feel about the situation. See what the purpose was of this whole situation, especially like what was the purpose, what was the reason, why was this going on, why were you doing this behind my back type of thing, and just try to get more information and try to figure it out. Because if it's something that you might be open to, I don't know if you're that type of a girly, right? If that's something that you might be open to, then maybe it would be a great opportunity for everyone involved. If not, then, go ahead and file, because like it said, it's going to be more chaotic than not, regardless, because everything comes out in the end. At the end of the day, I feel like if you just kind of sweep this under the rug and try to maintain your boundaries, it's gonna get worse, because energy doesn't just dissolve, it just finds a new channel. So if you were one of their channels to kind of like their secret thing that they were keeping from you, or whatever the case may be, and you put up that boundary, they're just going to find different ways to kind of feed that spirit, that energy in them. So that's just what I think. But hopefully that helps. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from when I say that. But my heart goes out to you. That's a very difficult situation to be in. 5 years is a long time, but I mean, that's why it's important to really vet and to really listen to your intuition, because I just feel like I don't feel like it's that type of situation. I feel like it's kind of hard to miss that sort of situation unless it was rushed or what. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of the reading. If you can relate, which I hope a lot of people can't, but if you're just here for the tea, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, if you're interested in getting a reading, then I have all my contact information down below. Your first reading will be free if you sign up through my website, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.